weird fucking guys. You're doing a manly thing, and you're a fucking dork.
I've got my lightsaber wearing my Pokemon hat today. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wow, you're a real Renaissance man, you know that?
Goddamn man-child.
What a fucking dork.
Yeah. But he's our dork.
This is not for children.
You got one? You want to get one
Nah,
out?
not yet. I will have one though.
That's why they call these spit guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sicker on this episode than I was on the last episode.
Which was yesterday. Because I
Yeah.
dragged your ass down here again.
Yeah, boy.
It's 7 a.m.
All good.
Let me
All
sip my
good.
coffee. So you sent me that guy.
I don't know his name.
Let me see.
My buddy Mark, who came down here and sat with us. Fuck, man. Back in the every third Sunday podcast days, he sent me that.
Yeah.
He sent me that.
So this song, the artist, he's a country musician,
Country Bumpkin.
Steven Wilson Jr. The song is called "Year to Be Young," 1994, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a cool song. That
Yeah.
one I liked.
Very nostalgic 90s, you know,
Yeah.
the No Fear sweatshirt that he describes, listen to Nirvana, you know, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer that to Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. You don't like Jelly Roll?
Fuck Jelly Roll.
I have never heard Jelly Roll. His name alone makes me want to just shit my pants and sit in it for a while.
Another friend of ours, well, a friend of mine, I don't know how well you even remember this dude James from high school. He had made a post one time. I thought it was fucking hilarious because he's like, if you think I'm miserable, this guy is like the king of acting miserable.
Yeah?
He's a nice guy, fun dude, funny. I really like James, but fucking great post he made. He said something like, I like Jelly Roll before he changed his name. I thought Fat Fuck was just fine. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
So anyway, I wanted to tell you, this song,
Not that I don't like Jelly Roll because he's fat. I just can't stand this
Yeah, but-
element of like, there's a white trashiness, hillbilly, like,
I've never even heard his music. Is he a hip hop artist?
I think he's like a rapper. You see, like, now I'm going to sound like a jerk off because I don't get familiar with his music. But it's like, he's like a rap guy, but he does like this country style
Yeah.
kind of.
That's this weird merge that's
yeah.
happening right now. The redneck hip hop music or whatever.
It's like that where you step into that time portal in like an Eddie Stone bar.
oh,
where
man.
it's like, you know.
you just stepped on my soul right now. But,
Well,
you're-
you
but
know
it's
what I'm
true.
saying.
It's true.
It's true.
Man.
You know, like, have you ever been to like Spada's in Eddie Stone?
Hmm.
And it's like you're expecting one thing, and it's like all the people there are like urban, kind of like urban white style, but then they're listening to like fucking Dwight Yoakam and fucking Kenny Chesney and shit like that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
weird.
probably happening still to this day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids that I grew up with from Eddie Stone and even like around here, Delco, Ridley, whatever. And
We're right back to being jerk offs. We tried, man. But we're right back to being jerk offs.
no, this is definitely going to be a, you know, who do we think are jerk offs? But most importantly, we are
Yeah, we're the
talking
jerk-offs.
shit.
Yeah.
We are the jerk offs.
Hey, nobody's
But anyway,
picking on you.
there is nothing more comical to me than fucking Delco retards. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm going to emphasize that word because you have to be fucking retarded. And I just want to specify that I'm a car guy. I'm not speaking about anything other than retarding the timing on my distributor, okay? So, like, if you took this the wrong way, this is a strictly mechanical
Okay.
fucking observation. It's not advanced. It's retarded, okay? So anyway, retards in Delco. So retards in Delco. Dude, I'm getting canceled
Yeah.
like a
They're
motherfucker.
like, these guys, they say cunt and retard. And they're dickheads. They went from being like nice guys one week,
Sentimental. I was telling you about how...
sentimental the next week, talking about fucking Christmas. And now here we are, getting called retards.
So, dude, anyway.
Yeah,
If you live in the
Delco,
suburbs...
listen to us, man.
If you live in the suburbs of Philadelphia and it's a mixed environment, your best friend is a black guy, which is even weirder because the black guy does it too. He drives a pickup truck and listens to fucking Kenny Chesney also. I don't understand. What's that radio station, the country radio station
I don't
in
know.
Philadelphia?
The 92.5, I think.
WXPN or something like that?
No, XPN's all right. I like XPN.
That's country music though, right?
Nah, it's like everything.
What's the...
XTU?
I don't... Oh, yeah, it is... I think it is XTU because they do a big festival in Philly once a year, and everybody in Philly shows up pretending like they live on a fucking farm in Alabama.
Like
it's
they
like
own a tractor and
they got bales of hay and shit. They show up in a John Deere tractor. They're like, "Oh, let's do a hay ride."
Yeah,
you fucking morons,
dude.
Retards.
There's nothing that bothers me more than seeing like, dude. Even like, I'm not even gonna say, but like.
Say it. Come on, let's say it.
I have like family members that listen to like pop country music.
Yeah.
And they like show up at the concerts with like their cowboy hat on and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not a fucking cowboy, dude.
Yeah.
What
Not
are you
even
doing.
I know guys from the South that don't even wear the cowboy hats.
Yeah.
They don't, dude, nobody, like, that's like a novelty thing, you know? Like, you wear, like, a nice cap, so they've told me this story. They said, listen, first of all, if you wear a cheap cowboy hat, you just look like a fucking moron. Yeah. But if you wear, like, a really high-end, nice...
handcrafted hat.
Yeah, that's different, and it's usually for special occasions. Guys ain't riding horses,
right?
You know, to go wrangle up the fucking sheep or cows.
Dude, if you ain't an oil tycoon...
Yeah.
You better take that fucking hat off.
So anyway, the moral of the story is, dude, I'm starting to appreciate country music, but I'm not going to disregard
I don't like
that
pop
I live
country.
in this why I do not do.
No.
Like if you tell me Kenny Chesney or fucking
any of that bullshit, I don't fucking...
Isn't there a guy named Toby
I don't know.
I'm going to say Toby Maguire, but I think that's
no,
a
he's
baseball
an
player.
actor. No, Toby Maguire is
he's an actor.
Spider-Man.
He's a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a retard. I'm not advanced, I'm retarded.
Yeah, we're like dumbass middle-aged guys. We're like miserable middle-aged guys.
But anyway, I guess you can like whatever you like, but I think if you
Toby Keith.
Toby Keith is the guy's
Toby
name.
Keith.
That guy. Yeah, that's
he's a cunt.
Yeah. He's a cunt. He's probably super nice. You know what's funny is dude, I same thing. The pop country music, I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, it's corny.
But listen, so we watched that movie or the TV show that's a spinoff of Yellowstone called 1883.
Uh-huh.
And the main character is I gotta look this guy's name up. I don't know, but he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's fucking awesome. The show is phenomenal. And my wife was like, well, yeah, he's that country music guy. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I think that's his real wife. In the movie, in the show, there's an actress that plays his wife, but I think it's really his wife. So I gotta look this up real quick so I don't sound so retarded.
Yeah, I just don't like pop country, man. I like old country.
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
And his wife is...
He's related to Tug McGraw.
Tug McGraw?
The Phillies player.
Is he?
Yeah. I think Tug McGraw died and he's like one of those people that gets cryogenically fucking frozen, got his head cut off and all that shit.
They cut his head off?
Well, yeah, but those people that get frozen, they believe that there's like some kind of medical science coming down the pike that's going to like be able to bring them back to life or something.
Not if you cut your fucking head off.
I know this. You know this. You know what I mean? Like,
why cut their heads off? I don't understand the logic.
I guess they think that like
you're
medical
sew it
science,
back on?
yeah, like there's going to be some kind of medical science that comes along that will be so advanced that, you know, we can put you back together and heal whatever ails you. And
why not just freeze the whole thing? I want to be frozen completely.
I don't want to be frozen
Stick
at all.
Stick me in a fucking cube and bury me under a mountain in fucking Antarctica.
They're not.
Which, by the way, is the edge of the earth. If you didn't know.
Their bodies are cryogenically preserved.
So Tim McGraw and his wife,
I think it's Tug McGraw.
Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. Yeah. I've heard these names. I don't know what these people look like.
They're you know, they look like country people.
Yeah, country
Here.
bumpkin.
Here, look. Take a look at that. Take a look at that.
Oh, okay. Faith Hill. All right, she's a broad.
Yeah, she's
See here.
bangable.
Tim
You know, she's
McGraw.
bangable. I mean, you know, you don't want to insult the guy.
I like Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott's great. You know? Yeah. Yeah, so the show is, it's pretty phenomenal. Anyway, dude, he plays this rugged fucking dude that just don't take no shit. And he's there basically protecting his family. And he agrees to go on this, like, they're going to take this path to go across the country. And basically, he wanted to go to, like, Washington or Oregon. Like, the Oregon Trail, I guess, is what they were on. And I'm so fucking dumb. I'm like, oh, they're headed towards Oregon from the the East Coast. I don't know what trail they took. I played the video game on my fucking shitty computer when I was a kid in the 90s. Can't remember what it's called. Damn it. Those fucking Indians kept shooting arrows at them, though.
Why is it that you think that, like, I don't know. I think, what is it about us that makes us go, man, that is fucking stupid. That is just retarded. Like, I mean, I like a lot of shit. You like a lot of shit. I'm sure people think
I think
what we like is stupid, too.
I think in the Philadelphia area, specifically Philadelphia, the greater Philadelphia area, you know, so Delco is definitely included in that. I do believe that we have a mindset of being very practical and utilitarian. I sincerely believe that if it's too extravagant and you're doing too much bullshit, you're showing off too much,
right?
Then we have a tendency to go, this is fucking phony. I don't like it.
There's a certain element to me that makes me look at like people that are like hardcore like country fans in this area.
Yeah.
It goes, you're playing dress up.
Yeah.
Or something. Like it's
they're
like
cowboy fans.
Not even like the cow. I don't even care about that shit, man. Like I don't.
But
give
that's
a
what
fuck.
I think. It's a small part of that stems from that idea, though. Is like, dude, you're rooting for a team that is fucking 3,000 miles away, or however 2,000 miles. I don't know how fucking far Dallas is from here. But dude, you've never even been there. You have no idea.
You
what
have
it
no
looks
family
like.
there. You're not from there.
You're rooting
you
for a
weren't
fucking
born
team
there.
just to be a jerk off.
I just think like in terms of like sport.
Yeah.
I think I've said this before. You're just rooting for guys that are fucking wearing your clothes. They're not from your town.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like your uncle plays for the fucking Eagles or your cousin.
Well, that's the comedy of being a sports fan in general.
The
is
idea
that-
of rooting for another team is like going to one school and hoping that the other school beats you or some shit like that. It's like, first of all, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a flying fuck about fucking football or most organized
I mean, think
sports.
about the comedy of like back in the day. Michael Vick gets caught fighting these dogs. You know, everybody publicly shames the fuck out of him and like says he's like the worst piece of shit
And
ever.
then, oh, he's gonna come play football for
He's
us.
coming to
You're
Philly,
forgiven.
dude. They embraced that motherfucker. They didn't care if he fucking raped people. They were like, "Nah, cool. You're one of us now."
You didn't eat the dog, did you? No, I didn't eat none of the dog. All right, you good. Don't worry about it, buddy. Come on.
You didn't
throw the ball.
You didn't. You didn't sacrifice that motherfucker to Satan. Ah, you're okay.
Nah,
I
you're
mean,
good. You're
there's
good.
so much worse that he could have done. He was
Look,
just
all
letting
right.
them fight a little
Listen,
bit.
dogs are gonna fight sometimes.
Do you think that that's how they justify it on job sites? There's a bunch of fucking cavemen standing around like, whoa, you know, he wasn't actually the one fighting the dogs. He just owned them. You know, like
He didn't punch the dog.
you know how guys justify. They all suddenly want to like start. They worm their way like, you know, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But it's funny because it goes both ways. That's like Biden supporters. I won't go on a political tangent.
No, right.
But it is fucking amazing to me that everybody dodges bullets when it comes to their guy that they like. You know, Biden people that voted for Biden. There's some of them out there that still are holding their guns and they're like, "Well, things are so much better now. I mean, I'm working 4 jobs, but you know, things are." Okay, I think, you know, and you're like, dude, you have no savings account. You're fucking broke, man.
But I don't know if I don't, not to get too political about it either, but like, I don't really get that into that either because they say sometimes that like the effects of the economy come years after.
Sure.
So like, does some of it have to do with Trump?
It absolutely does.
Right.
Like, I'm a very, you know me, man. I'm watching it pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm not.
So the truth of the matter is, they have small sways in what is actually occurring. COVID-19 fucked us hard.
Yeah, right.
The president, regardless of what political agenda he belongs to, is going to make slight adjustments to try and keep ahead of the curve. So Trump did things that at the time were very good. They were short-sighted.
Right.
But there's always going to be a long-term ramification.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to admit, but Trump is the first one that started handing out stimulus checks, and stimulus checks have to be accounted for.
Right.
Who
it has
the
to,
fuck
it has
is
to
gonna,
replenish somehow.
You know?
Right.
So, like, they all are trying to keep ahead of this hyperinflation, but it's like, sometimes it's a fucking wave that you can't stop.
Yeah, I mean, things are going to get expensive no matter what.
And that's so like when you talk to the general public that is hard left or hard right, or even just, like not capable of seeing the big picture, because it's not even about being left or right. It's really about just not realizing that you can't always blame the other guy.
Right.
So, like, that's really the issue with anybody is, like, even back to Michael Vick, this guy fucking does this. Dude, let me tell you something. I grew up with guys in Chester that fought fucking dogs every day.
Yeah.
I know guys that shoot people. I know guys that fucking do nasty shit. And then sometimes they get their shit together and they realize, oh my fucking God.
That was fucked up what I did.
You know?
I mean, I think that's like,
It's kind of crazy. Let me tell you this. I'm listening to this YouTube channel. I highly recommend it. I think I'm going to submit a video, and I might actually see if he would be interested in interviewing
the
me.
soft white belly guy.
Soft white underbelly.
Yeah.
By Mark. Sorry about that. Had to take a little moment there and kick my kids out of the fucking studio.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to this guy, Mark, I will fuck his last name up, so I'm not even going to attempt to say his last name. But anyway, the show is called Soft White Underbelly, and he interviews anybody and everybody. And as long as they have like a somewhat interesting story to tell, he'll hear you out. So one thing that he did, John, let me tell you this. This is fucking nuts. He went down to Florida to this trailer park that is supposedly all sex offenders.
What?
Like I guess they all started gathering up because they knew that like this particular area is far enough away from like schools and other shit, and they kind of created like their own little community so they can be like kind of segregate themselves from the population. So like a lot of these people don't leave the trailer park because they don't feel safe. They're worried that people are going to fucking kill them.
Well, welcome to the club.
Well, I'm not going to go into the details about that because in all honesty, I have very harsh, I've expressed them to you about how I feel about it. But so I'm listening to these interviews of several of the sex offenders, and I will say that I was, somewhat surprised that quite a few of them that did horrendous things have gone through quite a bit of psychological therapy and are quite remorseful for what they did. And they admit now that they're like, this is not appropriate behavior. I didn't know any better. And they're not making excuses. They admit, yep, this is exactly what happened to me. This is what I did.
I think there's a lot of parameters to cover, too.
What's that?
When it comes to, like, sex offenders.
No, these people that he interviewed, some of them very specifically hurt children.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty wild,
Yeah.
The one guy, it was his daughter and his daughter's friend.
Oof.
Yeah. And he was an old man. He was like, this was in the 50s or something, and he was an old man and did a lot of time. I think he did like 30 years in jail or something, in prison. But anyway, it's interesting to me because I always try to wrap my brain around people that do such a thing, Mm-hmm. To me, to harm a child is to harm the future. You're fucking the future up. Like, the longevity of humanity is required upon us nurturing and teaching children to be better than us. That's the goal. Do better than me, You know, that's the way I look at it as a dad. You should be doing better than me. So that's my whole objective in life at this point. But to harm that or break it or be selfish and get some kind of sexual pleasure out of, you know, a child, to me is fucking... I don't understand it. I don't get it, you know? Like, so that's why I watch those videos, to try to get like some kind of grasp on what the fuck am I looking at right now? You know, like how does your brain think, you know? But it was nice to hear that like some of them are remorseful, you know? Now that guy that does those interviews specifically said that he interviewed like 10 people and or more and only used 40 interviews.
Right.
You know, because some of them were just so bad that he's like,
yeah,
I don't want to fucking hear this, you know, and I don't want to put it out there. You know?
Yeah.
So, excuse me.
I can imagine.
So I guess the moral of what I'm trying to get at is like the ability to like I think about the term redemption, not in a Christian sense,
right,
but in the ability to change oneself.
I mean,
you know?
I think that's just life.
Yeah.
You know? Like everybody. I mean, that's fucking extreme, but like,
yeah,
everybody has done something that they regret, right? I mean, part of like growing is fucking recognizing what you've done wrong and taking measures to change it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Fucking being cruel to an animal, hurting a child. Those are like strange fucking things. Those are things that like dictate other parts of your psychology, like your psychiatric makeup or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like your psychological makeup. I don't know what word I'm looking for there. I don't want to sound like I think I'm smarter than I actually am.
You're kind of
smart. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like, you know, they say like guys that like hurt fucking animals when they're like kids.
Yeah.
They usually grow up to be fucking criminals or killers or whatever, you know? So, I don't know, man. I mean, that takes a special kind of... I can't look at a fucking animal and be like, yeah, I want to fucking hurt that, you know, that animal, you know?
I think,
like a domesticated animal. Like
yeah,
a fucking
well,
dog or...
I think any animal. I think at the end of the day, you still have to look at life. Like I'm one of these guys that believes that we are animals.
Oh, yeah.
We're fucking animals. If the lights went out today and they were out for good,
yeah,
I'm going to eat meat. I'm going to eat something that's in this fucking area. And if there ain't no fucking deer or cows, there's
might have
squirrels.
to eat a person.
A human, you know, if you're a smaller human, I mean, if you're a bigger guy, I mean, John, you're kind of a bigger guy. You got some steaks on you, you know?
Let me get that meaty motherfucker
Look
right
at them
there.
lamb chops. Well, it's not lamb.
You've
Look
seen
at
that
them
movie,
chops, buddy.
You've seen that movie Alive, right?
Yeah.
About the soccer team.
It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah. And they have to resort to eating the dead or whatever.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
No, I don't think I
like,
I could go that route.
No, I think in that situation you really don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I watched a whole documentary on those guys, and they were like, you know, like they were so grateful, like for the sacrifice or whatever of the. Like, there's even hunters that say the same thing. Like when they kill a deer,
yeah,
and then they fucking eat the deer or whatever, they have such a respect,
yeah,
for the animal. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
I definitely think that there's people out there. Like, I know guys that hunt, and they'll find farmers that need the gophers cleared or the foxes cleared off their fields because they're fucking the crops up.
Mm-hmm.
But then I ask them, I'm like, are you guys eating the food? And they're like, no, well, we just leave it, and then the other animals come along and eat it. Now, to me, I think if you kill it, you eat it. That's the way I look at it. Like, when I go fishing, I'm going fishing to eat the fish. I'm not just going to yank a fish out of the fucking ocean and rip its face all up with a hook. I'm eating this fucking thing, you know? Unless I'm not allowed to, you know? So, like, in my mind, I've never gone hunting because I never... For one, I don't have time to go fucking hunting. I would like to go hunting. If I lived out in the Midwest and could hunt big game, I would, you know? And I would store up the meat, and I would eat it, and I would, you know, what do they call that? When you cut it open and clean it all up and everything.
I don't know.
Basically, prep the meat, and you gotta prepare it, and you know. But I would do all of that. I have no issue with that. I think people that kill animals just for the sake of like the fun of it, you know, the kid with the magnifying glass that's frying fucking ants. I will say, I know it sounds silly, but
something sadistic about that kid.
Yeah, well, to me, it's comical, but it's not really either because, like, dude, you're like, you know, I guess in some way I think kind of like a Buddhist. Like if I see a small bug, I don't want to go smash it. I don't feel the need to do that. You know, like why are you killing a random thing just because? Fuck it, it's on the side.
Right?
It's on the sidewalk. You know, so like I don't know. I guess that's my logic. Don't fuck with things, but I also believe in karma. You know, like I think if you do evil shit like that or do weird shit, it's gonna come around.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Yeah, we talked about that before too. Like how like those people who live merciless lives and mercilessly, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like certain dictators and shit like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. The Michael Vick thing, I wasn't like going to be one of those people. I was like, you know, for the sake of sport to forgive something like that. But
yeah,
that's not to say that. You know,
from what
that
I've,
could be like a makeup of his like growing up or something.
I will say, in rough neighborhoods, because I grew up on the edge of Chester, you know, in Eddystone. In the 90s, it was a big thing to fight dogs. You know, nobody wants to admit it, but a lot of people did it back then. I know I know a lot of guys that are Spanish that fight fucking cocks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are totally against that, and they have like special birds that they know like this is a nasty fucking bird and it's bred to be a fighter. And like so I know that there's a there's a like a subculture, like a underground, like people know that like there's still dog fights. They still do dog fights. Make no mistake, it's not fucking gone.
Right.
Just because they caught Michael Vick with fucking 80 dogs in his backyard,
it doesn't. But
it's
dude,
still
like,
there.
even still,
You know,
and
it might not be as relevant now, but
the things that we do to animals,
it's
like,
fucking ridiculous.
it's wild, man.
You know?
It's scary. It's fucking unsettling.
So I'll say this: my wife gets mad at me because I'm a naturalist. You know, like I don't think that like, and this totally is going to be kind of fucked up, but like against. Like, I don't really feel the need to groom the dog. I don't feel like this is my wife's whole livelihood. I love my wife. I love what she does. I know she takes a lot of pride in this. But to me,
The dog don't know.
the dog just lives here, man. The dog is on this fucking earth,
I think that whole like dressing the dog up kind of thing. Like,
dyeing its fucking hair.
My
like,
mother
dude, do it
does
to yourself.
this
you know?
with her dog. She
Yeah.
has dogs that require haircuts and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
the dog doesn't give a fuck.
Now, you're not hurting the dog,
No,
so I
you're
don't
not.
think it's the
Yeah,
end of
no,
the world.
no.
But people that, like, I don't believe in clipping the dog's ears or
No,
tail.
no, I hate
don't,
that.
I
I
don't
hate
like
that
doing
shit.
that. I don't
Especially
think
to
it's necessary.
certain breeds.
Yeah.
You know, clipping like a pit bull's ears.
Yeah.
That only serves to make your pit bull more aggressive. The dog's ears are evolutionary, you know, in the respect that they're shaped that way.
Yeah.
To guard that
Which
dog.
my wife is in agreement with me.
Yeah.
You know, so like really, it's like we have like this split of like, dude, to me, a mutt that you fucking find at the pound is awesome. I don't care. That's my dog Morgan that passed away last year. That's all she was. She was just a dog that was fucking mixed breed. Nobody has a clue.
That's what my dog is.
Yeah, we called her a pit bull because we that was the closest looking thing she looked like. But
I don't think my dog's all pit.
no, my dog wasn't. They say it might have been she might have been half blue healer.
I
don't
think
really
mine might
know.
be part Dalmatian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I met her parents when I got her,
Yeah.
and I mean, the one looked like a pit bull. The other one, I was little. I don't fucking know. I don't care. You know.
But isn't that the beauty? And I like busted my wife's balls. I was like, well, our fucking kids are mixed breeds. You know, like you got a problem with this? Like, because my wife's very big into like this organization that follows the lineage of the dogs. Our little poodle upstairs is like a very specific purebred fucking poodle, and therefore some of these people that do these organizations, you can't show the dog unless you can prove the lineage that it's like exactly this. And I'm trying to explain to her. So she says, so my wife, I wish she would come down here and talk to us, but like right now there's a trend called golden doodles. They take a golden retriever and a poodle and they breed them together. And it's very popular right now. A lot of people have these fucking dogs. My wife is annoyed because she's one of these more traditional, like,
I think
no.
my mom has one.
Really?
I haven't met it yet.
That's fucking funny. Dude, my wife would be so annoyed She won't. She would
I
never
don't
say
know.
nothing.
My mom just got a dog recently.
Probably because this is a very trendy thing right now.
Yeah.
But my wife is like, they'll never recognize that as a purebred dog, and I'm like, well, why not? How the fuck do you think all the other dogs were created? You know,
Right.
all dogs stemmed from wolves.
It's
think
like this
you know?
genetic manipulation of wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, they all came from fucking wolves. Wolves came from fucking bigger, fucking scarier monsters back in the day, and
Yeah.
so like if the lineage keeps traveling and all these dogs genetically evolve due to their environment or their mixed breeding.
I've found that the mixed dogs, the mutts, are always healthier than the
I don't want to be a dick.
so-called
I don't want to be a
purebred
dick,
dogs.
but like,
They're healthier dogs.
dude, that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
You know,
My,
look at humans. Look at humans.
I had a German Shepherd. It was a white German Shepherd.
yeah.
It was obviously, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this is true or not, but they say like a dog who's all white
Yeah.
is like a genetic abomination.
Yeah, like an
Like they're
albino.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're looking for an issue. Like this dog's gonna have issues. I had a white German Shepherd that I got when I was like 13. He lived until I was 25.
Yeah.
But the day he turned 3 years old, he had epilepsy from that moment on. And, I mean, from that point, we were like giving him phenobarbital every day. He still had a seizure like maybe once every 2 months.
Really?
And he got like big and lethargic. You know, he's medicated. And then by the time he died, he couldn't stand up anymore because of the hip dysplasia and stuff like that. But like, I think he was like bred really too close.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably inbred, but like.
So they say that about Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Dalmatians back in the day were so popular. Like, they were the firehouse dog. That's what,
Right.
you know. But they were so tightly bred that it made them fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
they literally just would snap and bite the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Like, there was more Dalmatians biting fucking people
Hmm.
than, like, other breeds, pit bulls and German shepherds and Rottweilers, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I agree. I say the same thing. Even when you look at fucking humans, go to the middle of fucking Kentucky and, like, you know, all white community, and it's like, dude, everybody's fucking eyes are kind of a little fucked up.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
yeah.
like, dude, you're like,
They bred a little too close.
maybe
Yeah.
that's your cousin. Maybe you don't fucking know. You know, like, what the fuck is going on here, you know?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I got little mixed breed kids, and they're strong and healthy as a motherfucker,
I had
you
that
know?
last dog I had. He was half pit bull, half Great Dane.
Yeah.
He was the
Jesus
picture
Christ.
of fucking health.
Yeah?
I mean, jacked,
Yeah.
beautiful, perfect.
How
coat.
big was his dick?
He was a big fucking dog.
Big
dude.
dick? Big
I
dick?
don't know.
Come on, tell me about his dick, you know? Let's make this fucking weird, man.
This episode already is fucking weird, dude.
Dude, this
This
episode
episode is fucking
all over the
stupid.
place. This is the cornucopia. Every like fifth
We came
episode.
right out the gate, and we're like, "You fucking suburban guys that like fucking country music, you're retarded."
retards.
And now we're talking about fucking.
all right, well,
sex
where else can we go
offenders.
with this, dude? How about
We're talking-
UFOs? You think about
Oh
you-
fuck no!
you think
I
UFOs
fucking
are
hate
real?
UFOs, man.
Why you hate you, dude? Who hates UFOs?
Because I don't look.
Were you abducted and butt fucked by an
here's
alien?
what I think. Honest to God, I think if you really believe that we're the only fucking species of living organisms in this fucking entire, you know, galaxy, universe,
Yeah.
whatever, you're not thinking straight. Like, there has to be life.
Okay, so you believe in UFOs?
I believe that there's life on other planets.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're human.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they got fucking 2 eyes and, you know, there's males and females. You know, they might just be fucking shit and piss factories at the bottom of a fucking, you know, body of water somewhere. Just, you know.
So there's a comedian, Brian Regan, who's awesome because he's very clean.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't curse at all.
Right.
But he's very funny. And you have to watch him because his facial expressions are a large part of his comedy.
Right.
But he goes, imagine if we do start exploring the galaxies. And, you know, we're just floating through space and we find this fucking planet. And we get out of our little spaceship and we're just bouncing across the fucking surface of this thing. And we're like, hey, Tom, you see anything? And Tom looks over this ridge and sees this weird-looking duck, alien, monster, dinosaur-looking thing. And that thing looks at us and goes, 2 + 2 = chicken. And he goes, nope, no intelligent life here, Tom. So, like, that's his joke about, like, basically what you just said.
Yeah,
It's like,
I mean,
dude,
you don't
maybe we
know.
will explore and we'll find out, like, so there are theories right now that microorganisms that can exist in space. So they've actually proved that if you take some microorganisms that are at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, the deepest part, I forget what that trench is called, but there's a deep trench that's like we've never even explored down there. It's so fucking deep. But
So deep, put your butt to sleep.
that's it. That's exactly it. So they've proved that if you took organisms from down there and they're so used to the pressure, I guess, that they can live on the outside of the spaceships that are in space, like the space stations. They're existing in space in this ultra, like, space is a vacuum and it's unbelievably cold. You would freeze within seconds of putting your skin to that drop in temperature. But these things are existing. They're living on the outside of the glass. They found that out.
Yeah.
So organisms can live in space.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at fucking life on Earth
Yeah.
and all the different life forms,
Yeah.
and I'm not just talking the ones that are out there fucking sucking air that have hearts and eyes and all this shit.
Yeah. Molesting
Fucking-
kids. you know?
Fucking plants, plant life, all this shit. Like, why don't you think there's other life out there in the fucking universe? There definitely is. Do I think they're building fucking spaceships and, like, coming to explore us? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, like, stuff where, like, they're saying, like, the government is admitting to UFOs and shit like that. Okay, but guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't care. Like, it's like, I don't devote a whole lot of attention to it,
Yeah.
Until, like...
I think it's great.
Like, did you ever see that movie Fire in the Sky?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you think that
absolutely.
really happened?
Do I think it happened?
I think this motherfucker got abducted by aliens and they, explored them and sent
So
him back.
I'm the asshole agnostic, and my agnostic views, they kind of go everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, anybody that doesn't know what an agnostic is, it's a person that is middle of the road, undecided about religion.
They want to believe that there's, like, a higher power out there other than us.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily want to, give it too much
So even when you think about my
credibility.
my political views, my religious views, everything that has to do, I have to be an open-minded person. And I think that the only way to be that is to be an agnostic and be a middle-of-the-road politically, because all facets are a little interesting. There's evolutionists out there, or Darwinists, or whatever, that some of it is, some of it has some weight to it.
Yeah.
But there's some big leaps there, too. The missing link with humans and fucking apes, which I think we talked about, like, an episode or two ago, and it's like, nobody can explain it. Nobody has a fucking clue how we went from being hairy apes to bald fucking humans. We're relatively bald, So there's a lot of shit that nobody can explain. And to me, they all require some leap of faith or some kind of like, well, that's where I'm gonna start fucking, believing over there then, So you have to be an agnostic. And therefore, Fire in the Sky, the guy getting abducted and getting probed and all that shit, I will say this. I wanted to...
Cool movie.
It's a cool movie. It's fun. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Because there's shit that happens that we can't really explain. Like, so for instance, for me, I'm not religious, but I sometimes believe that maybe a higher power is steering me just a little bit, little nudges. Little like, okay, you're going off the rails here. Let me try to bump you back in place. I don't think there's anybody that's like... So when you think about that, you have to ask yourself the question, do I believe in fate? Am I fated to go in this path, I don't know. I have to be open-minded about the idea, though, because there's things that occurred in my life that are just, like, unexplainable. The odds of this thing occurring are fucking impossible. Like, almost impossible, So, if that's the case, how do you explain it? Did I just get really lucky? Like, is it luck? Because luck is a thing that we don't really... There's no way to gauge luck.
I don't think so.
Do you believe in luck?
No. don't.
Luck is just luck of the draw, the chance. Like today's your day. You won the lottery, you know?
I don't, dude, I really don't know, because that shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just random.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe in luck.
Yeah.
I just think it could happen, you know.
Yeah.
What, you mean like the outcome of your life?
Well, maybe so, like specific incidents. Like, so, all right, let me tell you a story. So I was stationed in Germany. There was 4 guys there that I spent every fucking day with. We
Right.
all skateboarded. They were my buddies.
Oh, when you ran into the guys?
I ran into one of my buddies, who's a very close friend of mine.
Yeah.
Let's say 3 or 4 years later, and none of us have had any communication with each other since we all left Germany. The thing is, at that time I was in art school in the center of Philadelphia, on 16th and Chestnut. I was going to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. So I walk out the front fucking door of the school, and my buddy Len is standing directly in front of me.
Yeah.
Like directly. In a city of millions of humans, at any moment, at any time, he's standing directly in front of me, a guy that he met on another continent, you know?
Yeah.
And
like, what's the probability of that?
what is the... Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to ask yourself. I mean, dude, we could have missed each other by seconds. He
Yeah.
could have walked up to that door at 1 second before I left or after I left.
He could have been 30 steps ahead of you,
Yeah.
and it would have never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is he also helped me through some really hard parts of my life. So sometimes you ask yourself, like, maybe this is occurring for a thing that I don't know about. So when people ask about fate, and specifically ask me, I tell them that it's not really your job to know what your purpose in life is.
Right.
I might say something to your son that gets his shit together. He creates a fucking business and revolutionizes the way the auto industry works forever.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. It could just be some word, something that I said to him that was my purpose and I didn't even know it.
Right.
You don't fucking know. Worse yet, and let's get really dark here, is maybe the pain that some person puts on another person enables them to grow strength and become a great leader someday. So is the bad person... That's
Yeah, like, is
technically
that their purpose? Like, were you put here in order to be the piece of shit
Yeah.
so that you could make somebody better?
Scary thought, ain't it?
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I mean, but, you know, like, there's plenty of people, like, I know people, you know, like, there's somebody that we both know, and I'm not going to say who he is or nothing, but, like, was sitting with him one time, and he had really made something of his life.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like, this is, you know, his home was great. He's, you know, he's a real go-getter. He's very ambitious. And I was like, do you ever think like, and he's like, you know why it is this way? Because my father said I'll never amount to anything.
Yeah.
And that, like, hurt me so deeply that I was like, I'll fucking show you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, that's just a minor thing. I mean, how many people
No,
have been
but
told you'll
it's
never...
not minor.
But I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, the scope of what you're saying, like, you're saying somebody did something terrible to somebody.
Right.
I think sometimes you say things
Yeah.
and you forget what you said
Yeah.
before
yeah.
it even comes out of your mouth.
So my old
So how many
boss-
times has a father said to their kid, like, you'll never amount to anything?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean your father doesn't love you.
But
Means
that's-
you're disappointing him in this fucking instance.
Well, but sometimes you don't know the great effect you have on other people.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I remember, this is another for real thing, and it's very similar to this person you're describing, is my old boss owned a body shop not too far from here. And at one point, so my father grew up with the guy, and they were friends. And at one point, he said, I was drinking really bad back then. I come into work, and I stink like fucking booze. It's Monday morning. And he's like, you know something, man? You're a fucking disappointment. You're like a real fucking lowlife. Like, you need to get your life together. And I remember, like, thinking, and this is a person that is pretty legendarily wealthy in this area. Like, he is what I would imagine as financially successful, you know? So, and we're still friends to this day, and he had such a huge impact on my work ethic and the way I thought about being financially successful, you know? And at that time, I didn't understand it. I remember being so fucking mad that he called me a lowlife. I literally considered getting it tattooed on my body.
Oh, wow.
Like a big banner that said low life. And like being like, ha, see, motherfucker, you're right, I am a low life. That's how impactful it was, those words.
Right.
Like, dude, it was, I was really serious. Like, I reached out to our buddy Nate, who does tattoos at the time, and I was like, yeah, I think I want to get this. And he was like, all right, well, we'll have to set up an appointment. And I didn't have no fucking money. I was like, back then it was like, I have this idea, but I ain't got no fucking money to do it. You know, so I never did it, luckily. You know, thank God, because I have quite a few tattoos that I just wish I wouldn't have gotten.
Yeah.
But you never know, you know, the way you're going to affect people,
Right.
you know? So it's like good and bad, you know? I guess that's like the, I've been like thinking a lot about Buddhism lately and the idea of the yin and the yang, you know? Like there's a little good in every bad and a little bad in every good. And the concept is that they can't exist without each other. You know, like you kind of really do need this, even in Catholicism and Christianity, this never-ending battle between good and bad. You know, if you don't have no bad existing,
You don't know what good is.
you don't know what
Yeah,
good is.
right.
You know, I think in my lifetime, I never understood how good of a life this is that I have now, without all of those painful things that I experienced. You know,
Right.
I sincerely believe
You
that.
don't have something to like compare it to.
Yeah,
When,
you know.
what do you know?
So when people, you know, say to me how I'm doing, and I say, "Oh, great!" Right in the middle of a fucking this episode,
Is bizarro.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
it's gonna be that one.
it's crazy.
We had some philosophy going, some theories,
We came out like
some-
jerk offs.
some fucking cursing, some fucking insulting Delco. I still stand by. And listen, let me tell you about the country music Delco guys. Let me tell you. Let's go back to that, dude. Just because you watched a show where they live on a ranch and they fucking have cows and shit,
You're not a
That's
fucking
not your life.
farmhand. You know, you're not.
I think the greatest.
Just because you got a pickup truck.
Dude, isn't it comedy that like Sons of Anarchy started this whole revolution? Biker gangs came back, but they're not nearly.
I used to joke, and I used to want to like say to like bikers, like, do you guys like schedule your meetings around when Sons of Anarchy's on? Yeah, I used to like. I think of like stupid shit like that sometimes.
So I know quite a few of them, and I know some old school guys that like
Yeah,
remember like the bad days when they would have like shootouts and shit
Right.
on fucking McDade Boulevard, and they're like, dude, this new thing, this new generation is like, it's like a fucking Boy Scouts. It's not, you know.
Right.
We sit here and say that we're criminals, but we're all tired. We all got to go to work on in the morning. Nobody really.
Yeah, I don't have time to go have a shootout.
Yeah, dude. I don't have time for this shit. I got kids to raise, you know?
Yep.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I guess everybody's got their thing. It's fun to them. They go around, they ride around the neighborhood with loud fucking Harleys and shit. And
Look, I mean, whatever fucking makes you happy, I guess.
yeah.
As long as you're not fucking bothering other people, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
You know?
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But everything I like isn't everybody else's cup of tea
That's
either.
right, man. Not everybody likes fucking.
Nobody else. Yeah. What do I like? I'm a fucking dork, you know?
yeah.
Whatever.
Nobody likes fucking professional wrestling, man.
Or fucking. Yeah.
They're looking at you like this
This guy's
fucking.
a fucking asshole.
This guy's a retard.
Yeah. Well, what do you do?
How many times can I say retard
Yeah,
on
I
this
know.
episode?
Yeah. I don't know.
John said it once.
I did say it once.
If we have a listener out there that could count how many times I said that and tell me, that would be great. I would really like to know how many times did I call you guys retards? Me, there's no way I'm retarded. I'm fucking awesome. There's no way.
I'm not retarded.
You're retarded.
Yeah.
Oh, man. This
Oh,
is,
fuck.
listen, man, this is what we do. We sit down here and
I know.
bullshit. We were talking about aliens. What
We
else were we talking-
tried. Listen, people, we tried hard.
We
to
tried.
to be nice guys. We tried.
What about ghosts? Are you a ghost guy? You like
No.
ghosts? You
No.
wouldn't go ghost hunting?
Fuck no. Don't fucking
Are you
waste my-
afraid or are you
Listen,
just...
dude. All right, here's the deal. I'm a fucking nerd. Okay? I'm a nerd. The things that I enjoy.
He's not a retard. He's a nerd.
Listen. The things that I like are usually like, I'm like a comfort kind of guy. Like I just want to be like, all right, this makes me comfortable. This de-stresses me. Whatever.
Yeah.
I am not somebody who believes in anything.
Isn't it crazy? Of all the things we talked about, it's all about this, like, anybody that dives into any of this stuff, whether it's hard religion, hard into the country stuff, hard into aliens or ghosts or whatever, they all do live this very stressful,
right,
anxious, argumentative life.
Right.
I think it's fascinating that you'll meet, like, these...
Ghost?
Well, you'll meet, like, hard Christian conservative, like... But they believe in aliens. They believe the government's trying to control them. They believe in ghosts. Like, these are, like... And you're like, dude...
You got too much time.
Dude, what are you, fucking
on
unemployed? Like, what...
Right. You got too much time on your hands. You got too much time to think about things like that. Like, I don't even consider it. I don't even fucking get in my car and go to work and ponder that.
Yeah.
I think about... I put music on and I go, oh, it's a fucking great album. Like, my whole fucking thing is like... How much can I enjoy something?
Yeah.
Without fucking having it be a detriment to me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I'm looking to like...
We're looking for smooth sailing.
Yeah,
man.
I'm looking for fucking relaxation. You made the comment about liking pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is like fucking fake.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a real sport. It's not real violence.
Yeah.
I prefer all my shit to be make-believe. You know what I mean? Like... That's just how I do it. Like, to me, pro wrestling is like a big bowl of ice cream. It's like saying you want to eat an entire birthday cake.
Yeah.
And getting tired of it a quarter of the way through. I can't watch fucking 2 hours of wrestling. I can't do it.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking redundant and it's stupid. And once I fucking watch it for a couple of minutes, like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's it. But, like, and like comics and, the craft of making comics and shit, like, that's the shit I like. I'm not like one of these people who can put on like a video of like ghost hunters and these guys are like scraping a fucking tree and they're like, you see this fucking shit here? This is ghost residue. We definitely got fucking shit. Like, fuck you fucking dork. Like, you're playing around and you're like you're pandering to people that might think it's real.
Dude.
I seen one time.
Isn't
the
it
dude's
crazy?
Like all fucking jacked.
Yeah.
And he's got a backpack on and he looks like a fucking G.I. Joe. And he's out there with his flashlight and he's got his infrared shit on. It's like, go the fuck home, asshole. Go home. Stop.
Was he looking for Sasquatch or...
dude, I hope Sasquatch is fucking real. I really do.
Yeah.
But like, I would love for like Sasquatch to come out and find this motherfucker and just rip his face off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would watch that shit for.
I think it's so comical. How is it that like it's always with a film crew that they go to some remote area and they're like,
yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And the guy
you smell
watching
that? That's ghost piss.
Yeah.
That's fucking ghost piss, guys.
It's like
that should be the name of this episode. Ghost piss.
It's ghost piss. This fucking ghost is pissing all over me right now.
You smell it? Dude. I smelled this fucking smell before,
dude. I think I don't know, man. The alien thing I think it has more credibility than anything.
I know like people saw like the Starlink drones or whatever and they were like, oh, those are fucking UFOs. I'm like, no, it's not.
That's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He made that. So I kind of got caught in that for a second because I didn't. First of all, I don't really know what Starlink is.
I don't either.
That's
the other thing is I'm so out of touch.
Yeah.
I used Apple Pay for the very first time yesterday.
Yeah.
At a Wawa, and my mind was fucking blown.
Yeah.
This is how stupid this is me. I'm retarded.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm out of touch, dude.
John, are you?
I'm a little sped, but dude.
He's not advanced. He's retarded.
When I got the cup of coffee and I'm standing there, I'm like, fuck me. Fuck. I'm standing at the register and the guy's like, you got Apple Pay? And I'm like, the fuck am I going to send it to you? He's like, no, you fucking put it on the goddamn thing here. I'm like, oh, you could do that? And I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking right, you know? And I just held my phone against the thing and it was like, oh, there's your card.
You're like Jay and
I'm like,
Silent
Jesus
Bob.
fucking
what
Christ,
the
whoa.
fuck is the internet?
I've been carrying my wallet around like it's like an appendage, and I don't even fucking need it.
My wife doesn't carry her cards.
Yeah?
On her. She carries the phone has all of her cards on it.
That's
Everywhere
wild.
she goes, she does that.
That's crazy to me.
I'm old school. I keep my cards in my pocket, but
yeah.
it's like
so am I.
yeah, dude, you don't have to do that.
Well, I do.
yeah.
And that's the thing is like, but what was I getting at with this?
I don't
Ghost
even-
piss.
Ghost piss.
My mind is
aliens,
blown. I'm an idiot.
You're a retard.
I'm retarded. Fuck me. I was going somewhere with this and now I totally lost my train of thought.
I don't know. What else you want to talk about, dude?
Oh,
Sasquatch.
you know what I saw that you might think is entertaining? And I never saw this. And this happened like in 2016. You know what CERN is? You
No.
ever hear of CERN, CERN?
No.
Apparently, there's like this particle collider thing or some
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Giant fucking thing. It would take you 6 hours to walk around this fucking thing. That's how big it is.
Yeah, it's in France or something.
Or Switzerland or some shit like that. It's like between whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know shit about science.
They're looking for dark matter.
Yeah, I never knew what a fucking particle collider was until 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
So,
Is this what you do in between watching porn?
no, you were like, Suzanne says to me, she's like, we gotta watch this fucking video. And I was like, why? And she's like, it's just fucking fascinating to me. And so she puts it on, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I gotta fucking sit through this shit. Because I don't like this conspiracy shit and all. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd rather just be like, can we just fucking watch reruns of like All in the Family
Porn.
or something?
Fans
you know?
only.
Something, you know? I don't want to I don't want to devote any thought to this stuff. But this was fascinating to me.
Yeah.
They did this entire performance art kind of like thing back in 2016 in this tunnel
Okay.
at CERN.
Yeah.
There's like world leaders there and shit. And it was the most bizarre fucking ritual I've ever seen. It was like, I think these miners, like they were like performance artists, but they were dressed up like miners and they're fucking marching down this fucking tunnel. And then there's these rail carts that come in. And there's like these half naked motherfuckers like writhing around on the shit. It's like very European weird shit. And then out of nowhere, this topless chick with her tits out comes on, and she's got this giant baby mask, and she's got these fucking wings, and they're fucking like lifting them up on ropes, and they're doing all this fucking shit, and she's acting like she's flying, like demonic looking shit.
Wow. I
You
want to
know?
see this.
It's fucking crazy. It's like a good 45 minutes long.
Really?
Oh, it's long.
45 minutes?
It's gotta be, man. It's fucking long. And then like another rail cart comes out, and this dude comes up, and he's a Baphomet, like he's got like a fucking goat head, like, you know, like a fucking satanic.
Yeah.
It's really like this wild pagan, fucking
but
satanic.
it actually occurred in
This is a
CERN?
real fucking thing that happened at CERN, and there's onlookers there, and then this other guy comes out, and he's yodeling, and fucking he's a fucking master yodeler, and he's like walking back, and then like these circus cars come out. It's fucking crazy. And then there's other footage of what goes on outside, and there's like these fucking people on ropes, like going up these fucking, like they're scaling a screen that looks like fucking rocks, and the rocks are falling, and the people are falling, and, you know, over and over again, until then this fucking Lucifer comes out from behind the rocks. It's like totally satanic. It's like a satanic ritual out in the open, and I could see why people think it's like Satanism.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I just think like, look, there is some kind of roots to this.
Yeah.
There's some kind of folklore to it that speaks to this culture, you know, and just because I don't understand it
Yeah.
doesn't make it satanic. You know what I mean?
Well, even what is Satanism, you know, at the end
Right.
of the day, like...
But I mean, just because we wouldn't do that here in America, like, doesn't mean that they can't do that somewhere in Europe
Yeah.
or whatever. But then again, I'm really out of touch, and I'm very uneducated about a lot of shit. And, you know, you could ask me who won the world title at
Yeah.
WrestleMania 6, I could tell you.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you shit about, like, fucking world cultures and what the fuck they do.
I think it's taboo to say something is, like, satanic, or even... So, back in my Yardbird tuna days...
I mean, it is really fucking bizarre.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait
It's
to watch
bizarre.
it. I want you to send it to me when you get home.
You could look it up on YouTube. You just put CERN, satanic, and you'll get 1,000 fucking videos.
Really?
It's wild.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna check it out.
I asked Shitcastle about it too,
yeah, what do you say?
and he was like, "Oh yeah."
He was
I've
like,
heard
"Yeah, I
some-"
was there. I was the one in the goat mask."
Well, he's a science guy, so like he would know. But like, he's like, I think it just has some like fucking. He said the same thing I said. I think there's just some like fucking cultural origins of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very fucking strange, and there's like, I mean, it's like watching a Tool video or something. Like, it's
Yeah.
just fucking bizarre.
I like it. I like it.
It's bizarre.
I like weird shit.
It's very weird, but it's performance art.
I'm
you know?
probably gonna get a hard on.
There's a lot of like
If there's titties, I'm
some
gonna
of the
get
broads
a
are
hard
kind of cute.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah. There's some.
on. I mean, they're
yeah.
gonna lure me into
I
hell.
like
with
them
that.
broads. I like cute broads.
Like with the big titties.
yeah, no,
big
but they're
titties.
like doing like this very artful kind of like performance and stuff, and like some of them are like scanning. They have like these like miners that fucking are like marching around, and then all of a sudden they're stripping down.
Yeah.
It's just fucking bizarre. It's crazy.
It's like
man.
watching Pink Floyd The Wall.
Yeah,
like
it's
the,
very like Pink Floyd The Wall, but like with satanic overtones.
I like it.
So that was the thing is like I kind of appreciate this because it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But like the entire time she's like, yeah, but you see like that's like very satanic. But and I'm like, all right, whatever, you know.
Yeah, well,
like,
I'm not really Christian, so I don't give a shit.
let them do what their thing or whatever. But and I think like there's people out there that believe that like CERN is like trying to open up a portal to hell, and I'm like, come on, man.
But where? I don't know.
They're communicating with demons and shit. Like, do you really believe that? Do you really fucking believe this? Come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's comedy, man. I think it's I don't know.
It
That's
just
like,
blows my mind. That's
dude,
like,
that's like
that's
when,
the kind of stuff where it's like I'm going to my room. I'm just
so
going to
when
bed
I
now.
meet flat earthers, and I have met a few of them, I always question what is the point of what you're saying.
Yeah,
right
why
now?
do you care?
Why are you thinking this hard about it? Because let's just say the obvious thing here, which in case nobody realized, the Earth is a thing that you can't get off of.
Yep.
So if it's flat or round, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Not only that, I could devote 6 hours to thinking about that fucking satanic shit
Yeah.
if I wanted to.
Yeah.
That 6 hours is going to pass. And you know where I'm going to be next week? Right the fuck in the same living room.
So that's
Going to the same job.
so anytime I
Seeing
meet
the same
Yeah,
people.
anytime I meet anybody that's that devoted to an idea, and this goes across the board. This is people that are hard left, hard right, crazy racist fucking lunatics.
You're thinking
Christians.
beyond the fucking scope of what your world is. Your small corner of the world is this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. What is
Fucking
your job? Where
the
does
grass,
your family
the
take
grass
care of
isn't
that?
greener on the other side.
Yeah.
The grass is greener where you water it.
So I used to tell people this thing, and I used to say, like, dude, especially people that are so concerned with politics and like who's in control, they're in control. This party's in control, that party's in control, and this is the thing. Think about this. This is just an abstract thought. John, you are free not because there's a piece of paper. You're free because you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there might be humans out there that might catch you doing things that they say you're not supposed to do, but you can do whatever you want. You could leave this country and just say, you know what, fuck you, I'm going to live in Barbados now.
Yeah.
Or like, you could just fucking do whatever you want.
Right.
There's
no one's
always-
stopping you.
There's always a way to
Yeah.
do whatever you want. If you wanted to move to fucking China and be a, what do they call that when you basically
Denounce your citizenship?
yeah, you could just move somewhere. You
Yeah.
could go to Cuba and say, you know what, I love communism. I'm just going to go
I'm
fucking,
going to become a communist.
you know, you can go, you could do anything you want.
That reminds me, I got a movie I want to tell you about you're going to like.
Okay. But so like you can do anything you want. Even people that live in very strict, I'm a firm believer in if your situation sucks,
You can change it.
you can change it.
It's up to
now,
you.
This also has to come back to, and the hard righties get mad at me when I say this, because I always challenge them. If you lived in a shithole country that was corrupt as fuck, and the local drug cartels controlled every fucking aspect of anything that you could do, would you stay there and participate, or would you leave? Because I would leave. I would pack up my fucking family and leave. If this country got that bad, I would fucking leave. I would go somewhere better.
Right.
So I hold no ill will towards illegal immigrants. I don't think they're doing anything that is like ridiculous. They're coming here and they're taking our jobs and our government is catering to them or whatever. Well, that's not their fucking fault. They didn't like pay off the politicians to let me come in here and get fucking Social Security.
Yeah, our country set up parameters to make that possible.
So really, you're
Your
mad
problem
at the wrong
isn't
person.
you're mad at the person who wants to make their life better by any means necessary.
Yeah.
Instead of being mad at the people that are making it possible.
And then you say to them, and then they see that and they go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Okay, so did you join your party and decide to run to becoming a politician yet?
Right. What are you going to do about it?
Well, no. Well, why not? You don't like it. Why ain't you fucking fixing it?
Yeah.
You know? Well, I go and vote once a year or whatever, once every 2 years. Oh, good for you, bud.
Yeah.
You gave 1 day every 2 fucking years. You
Yep.
know? I don't know. Participate. Do more. You don't like it? Fucking go change it. Or move.
Yep.
Fucking move. Go somewhere. Alaska's got a lot of land. They're looking for humans to come live up there. They'll pay you. They'll fucking give you a yearly check. You know?
Shitcastle has great stories about Alaska.
Dude, I dream...
That's going to be fun, dude. Talking to Shitcastle is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The beauty of this world, which nobody realizes, the controllers are always trying to control, but you can't stop tribes from migrating. They're going to migrate.
Yeah.
Dude, at some point, if I could find
Listen,
a way...
it's happening within your country. It's happening within your towns and your neighborhood. It's always... You know, look, most of the people that live in Delaware County are fucking transplants from Philadelphia.
Yep.
It cycles out.
Yep.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
Or further out, you know?
Yep.
Like right now, there's a big migration of Californians that are more right-leaning, that are moving to Texas and other more red states. And then it goes the other way. You got other states that are like, you know what? I like how California thinks. I'm going to go live over there, or Washington, or D.C., or whatever. Like, so the mindset is always going to, generationally, it's always going to move. It's always going to change. You're going to find your own tribe and live there and do that and participate in that culture, subculture, whatever. And you think you're going to control it, but you're not going to control it, you know?
No.
I'll tell you right fucking now, dude, if things changed or things got worse here, I'm not kidding. I have been to Portugal, and I think it's a beautiful place. I would love to live there. I would do it. Or Europe in general. There's places in Europe that I really enjoyed being at, and I would have no problem moving over there and learning that language and learning that culture and be a part of that, and it doesn't fucking bother me. I'm
YOLO, you know?
Well,
YOLO, bro.
So like this idea of being like very pro-America and keep America alive, this is what really gets people's nuts twisted when I say this to them. So, you know your history, right? What happened to the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
It collapsed. What happened to the Ottoman Empire? It collapsed. What happened to the Qin Dynasty? It collapsed. What happened to any fucking empire ever, any civilization ever?
Eventually it gets toppled.
Eventually, it's no longer that.
Yeah.
And we are eventually not going to be the United States of America.
Yeah?
At some point. Oh, yeah. Dude, we're not going to last for fucking 1,000 years.
Right.
It's not possible. It's not. Dude, the Roman Empire was, like, amazing. 2,000 fucking years. Holy shit. Is that how long they lasted?
I don't fucking know.
I think it was.
Not a history buff.
I don't even think it was 2,000 years. I think it was under 2,000. But that's still fucking amazing. That's pretty impressive, you know?
Yeah.
The Egyptians, they lasted a pretty long time. But it's also... The more sophisticated they got is when they started to fuck up.
Yeah.
And we're pretty sophisticated.
Yeah.
In the last 200 years, we are the fastest growing civilization ever.
Yep.
So, like, what do they say? What do they say about flames? The hotter it glows, the faster it goes.
Yeah.
You know, like it's... I don't know, man. I sincerely believe my prediction is that in 100 years... I don't think we're going to be in the United States no more. Obviously, the land will still be here. We're just going to be something different, you know? And it'll... Because that's the way it always goes. Borders will change. You know, governments will change. Everybody thinks it's going to be the same thing forever. Well, we're going to be 1950s United States of America, when everything was great and we had great industry and, like, well, black people talked less and they weren't allowed to do things, like, you know, like we controlled the borders a lot better back then, you know? Like, dude, what are you talking about? That's gone. That time is gone, man. Your little fantasy of an all-white America is fucking gone, dude.
It never really existed, you know?
Dude, it's comical to me when I meet fucking crazy white supremacists. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Everything that you find
Everything about
awesome,
this country is a melting pot.
Dude,
it's like it's an idea.
The
in your
greatest
head.
things that you enjoy were created by other people.
Yeah.
You know?
Other civilizations, other fucking cultures, everything. Everything about us is a melting pot.
So, you know.
Down to the food that you eat, the clothes that you wear, the music that you listen to.
Everything.
Like, just fucking... I don't understand how people just can't look at other people and go, all right, I can get along with you on an individual basis. Like, and I think to a large degree in reality, a lot of people do.
I think they do. I think it's fear-based.
Yeah.
So I think
when you're out of touch
yeah.
with it, when your life in your little small corner is what it is,
yeah.
you get so accustomed to that you don't want anything different.
I felt bad because I met this little Jewish woman. We were on this dog retreat with my wife. I met this little Jewish woman, super sweet, really nice person. And we were talking, for some reason we got on politics, and she was so concerned with if Trump got him back in office. She goes, listen, I don't like Biden.
Right.
I really don't. But I'm concerned with how relaxed he is with white supremacy. And I'm like, I tried to explain to her. I said, listen, first of all, I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't give a fuck. I really think it's stupid that he's your main candidate.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's fucking half the country is Republican. You can't get another fucking candidate?
Right.
Like, that nobody else wants to try, you know? So, like, that's how much of a sheep most people are, in my opinion. Anyway, so I'm trying to explain to her. I said, listen, this is the thing. I'm not going to back up Trump. I'm not going to sit here and fucking say that he's great. But what you see on the television is a very small percentage of what is real. You know, you saw down in, Charleston or whatever, where there was like that white supremacist guy that was protesting BLM and ran over a couple kids.
Oh, yeah.
So you see this piece of shit that's like so pro-Trump, and you like hear about these Proud Boy dickheads, you know, and like all this bullshit. But the reality is they're a small group of humans that are scared to fucking death, that they're creating these little angry tribes. Mm-hmm. They're pussies. They're fucking pussies. That's all it is, dude. You're a bunch of fucking cowards that are sitting around like, let's create a gang because I'm scared to fucking death. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to explain this to this little Jewish lady, and I'm like trying to tell her, I'm like, dude, first of all, you got nasty guys like me that like, dude, if I was standing here and somebody walked up to you and said something nasty to you, I'll break their fucking face. I'm not, you know, like, I'm the guy that stands up for the underdog. I'm not going to let you sit here and talk to a little woman nasty. I'm going to fuck you up. You know, that's the wrong thing to do, you know? And I think that there are a lot of people that think like me, you know? So, like, I don't know. You know? I don't know. I know plenty of people that don't like necessarily gay people, but if they walked up and saw a gay guy getting bullied by a bunch of fucking jerk-off neo-Nazis...
Yeah, you'd break it up.
They would tell him, get the fuck out of here, I'm going to fuck you up, you know? So, like...
Live and let live, man.
That's it.
That's it,
man. You know, be happy.
Yeah. What somebody else is doing, if it has no fuck... If they're not harming you...
Yeah.
You know, leave them the fuck alone.
That's the way I look at it.
I think that's really what it comes down to.
Nobody knows how to do that,
That's the differences in people, is like, there's always going to be people that just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
And then there's always going to be people that want to fucking not leave you alone.
Well, I think that that's the problem with our current political state, is that on both sides, you have gay people, like the gay community and the transgender community. This is the way, I'm just calling it like I see it. Dude, it's not even a minority thing anymore. It's literally the gay community and the trans community think that they're just going to shove it down the right's throat, that like, we're here and you need to fucking be happy about us and invite us into your house. And like, but on the same token, because they're not the only ones that are wrong here, on the right, the crazy Christian conservatives that are like, we're going to convert you back to being straight, happy people that are only white. Like, it's like, both of you are
You're not.
fucking dumb.
You're not going to change
fucking-
them. They're not going to change you.
So that's what I see
So
is
just
like,
fucking
dude,
mind your fucking business.
both of you need to learn
Yeah,
the
learn how to
goddamn.
mind your business.
Well, I always say like, dude, I'm not even a Christian, but both of you need to really read, say it, and think about what
Yeah.
the Serenity Prayer is.
Yep.
You can't change this. It's not going to stop. They're not moving out of the country. You're not moving out of the country.
You're not going to stop
Both
them
of you
from being what they want to be.
Both of you shut the fuck up before we go back to England, all right? I'm going to
Yep.
turn this country right the fuck around and we're going back to England because you ain't getting this shit right no more. You're fucking up.
Yeah.
That was a joke that I was working on. Telling the left and the right.
I'll turn
that-
this fucking car around and go back to England.
We'll go back to the fucking dilapidated, what's he like,
This is
geriatric
long,
king.
bro.
Is it long?
It has to be.
Oh, hour and 15 minutes, man.
Is it really? That's all it's been?
That's all it's been. I don't know why it counts the 1 and the 2 on the end there.
And not to
It
like,
always starts at a 1.
I hate to always break the fourth wall. But like, I'm like,
You
thinking
tired
in
of
my
looking at me?
mind- No. I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, we've been going at this for a while.
It's okay. Our listeners are used to us being very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aliens,
Ghosts.
ghost piss. What else do we talk about?
Every fucking thing, man. Like we sound like jerk offs right now.
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
we look like assholes, man. Did you ever see that movie, Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I know you do. You
I
always.
fucking.
Is it because you see their
love
dicks
it.
in the movie?
No. I like nostalgia, man, and
I
it's
know you
like
do,
it's a
I
very
know.
and it's a sexy kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's fun. My girl Nina Hartley's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she plays Little Bill's wife, and she's always banging dudes and shit. And
I remember
and
that.
he ends
yeah.
up killing her and killing himself at the New Year's party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. I fucking love Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Love it.
We should watch that.
I quote it all the time. And the final that scene with the dude Alfred Molina, where he's where they're fucking selling him baking soda, and the guy's weighing it out and testing it, and they're sitting there and their buddies, like, that's the most tense scene I've ever seen in a movie. It's like masterfully done, and they're nervous as shit, and they just want to get out of there. And this guy's freebasing cocaine, a little Chinese kid walking around fucking throwing firecrackers in the air, and it's just popping off, and the black guy's got a fucking gun in his robe. It's fucking tense. And then the buddy that they're with is like, I want to rob this fucking guy, and they're like, yo, can we just get the fuck out of here, you know?
Yeah.
That's a crazy fucking scene. Crazy scene. Scary.
I like it.
We want what's in the fucking floor. The goddamn fucking floor safe. I fucking love that movie, dude. Love it.
All right, John.
Want to wrap up Ghost Piss and be done with this?
Ghost piss. All right. Let's hear music.
Thanks for listening to Renaissance Man-Child. Renaissance Man-Child is a Yardbird Tuna production. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, and share. Any ideas or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, shit!
You talk good.